Hi everyone, welcome back to our maths lesson. So today we're going to be looking at something called estimation. So before we get on to that, we're going to start off with a maths meeting. For our maths meeting, you're going to need some paper, a pencil and some colouring pencils. Then you're ready to begin. After you've sung the 2D shape song, here's a picture for you to look at. In the picture, there are lots of hidden shapes for you to look at. See if you can find all of the different types of 2D shapes. Make sure you count how many you've seen and then write the total down. Now we're on to the days of the week. So hopefully you should remember what day it was yesterday. Who can tell me what day it was yesterday? Fantastic. Yesterday was Wednesday. Let me hear you say it. Yesterday was Wednesday. Amazing. So, yesterday was Wednesday. What day is it today? What's the day that comes after Wednesday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Fantastic. So, today is Thursday. Let me hear you say it. Yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. So, yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. What day will it be tomorrow? What day comes after Thursday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fantastic. So tomorrow will be Friday. Well done. So remember, today is Thursday. Who can remember what is the date of today? How many days in of February are we in? That's right. We are currently 25 days in to February. So today is Thursday, the 25th of February. Let me hear you say it. Fantastic. So remember that date, and next we're going to sing the months of the year. Hopefully you were paying attention before, as I told you what month we are currently in. So who can remember what month I said we were in? It's not January, it's February. Fantastic. So we've had January, we've had February. What month comes after February? January, February, March. Fantastic. So we're still in February, but the next month to come is March. Now it's time for you to practice counting in twos. So again, we're learning how to skip count. So we start from 0, then we jump straight to 2. Make sure you're counting and following along, and I cannot wait to see how you're counting up in twos. Now that you've counted in twos, it's now time to move on to counting in 5. So again, we start from 0 and then we jump straight to number 5. And then after 5 we jump to 10. Make sure you're playing these songs daily, as it will help you build up your confidence in counting in 5s. So we've counted in 2s and 5s, now we're counting in 10s. So make sure you're looking really carefully and you're listening to the song, and hopefully you've been listening to it every day and it will build up your confidence to now count up in 10s.
Hi reception, I'm going to be singing the number ones song to 10, and it would be great if you guys could learn it because it helps us in our maths. Here goes. 1 and 9, 1 and 9, 9 and 1, 9 and 1. Bring them all together, bring them all together, that makes 10. That makes 10. 2 and 8, 2 and 8, 8 and 2, 8 and 2. Bring them all together, bring them all together, that makes 10. That makes 10. 7 and 3, 7 and 3, 3 and 7, 3 and 7. Bring them all together, bring them all together. That makes 10, that makes 10. 6 and 4, 6 and 4, 4 and 6, 4 and 6. Bring them all together, bring them all together. That makes 10, that makes 10. 5 and 5, 5 and 5, 5 and 5, 5 and 5. Bring them all together, bring them all together. That makes 10, that makes 10. Okay, have a go, record yourselves and upload it to Class Dojo or Tapestry and let me have a look. Good luck.
In our maths meeting, we're now going to look over repeating patterns. So as you can see on the screen, I've given you some repeating patterns that need to be finished. Make sure you've got some colouring pencils with you and colour out the pattern and continue it on. Once you've done that, don't forget to take a picture of your work and upload it onto Class Dojo or onto Tapestry. As I introduced this to you yesterday, I would still like you to continue learning about money at home. Have a look at the video and see if you've got any of these coins lying around at home. So we've been looking at addition in the past, so here is an activity for you to do at home. So it's not addition within 10, it's now addition within 20. So make sure you count both groups of pictures together to work out the total. Now it's time for you to do some subtraction. So remember, the number that you need to take away, you need to cross out that amount of pictures. Once you've done that, see how many you've got left and write down the number. Now that our maths meeting is finished, please make sure you've got some paper and a pencil and some objects for you to count so we can start the lesson. Today in our maths lesson, we're going to be looking at something called estimation. Estimation means guessing. So we're going to see a group of pictures and you're going to guess how many there are. You're not going to count them, you're simply just going to guess, and then afterwards we'll count them together to check to see if you're anywhere near the right answer. In our lesson today, we're going to estimate the number of objects in a group. So you're not going to count them, you're simply just going to guess, and then afterwards we're going to check our estimation by counting out to see if we got the right amount. Then afterwards we are also going to estimate and compare two groups to see which one has more or less. Here are some key words that you might hear throughout the lesson today. We've got estimate, guess, roughly, approximately, about, near to, more than, less than, and the same as. So these are some words that you might hear throughout the lesson today. To start our lesson off, I would like you to guess how many star jumps you think you could do in 10 seconds. Okay, so say a number, how many you think you could do. Now once you've done that, get someone to time you and see how many star jumps you can actually do, and see if your number is close to your estimation. Did you manage to do as many as you estimated? If you did, well done. But if you didn't, don't worry, as it was just a simple guess. Here are some other things that you can do and give an estimation for. When estimating, we might estimate at the shop, when cooking, when we're measuring something, or when we're planning our journey. But remember, we don't give silly answers as they won't be realistic. So really think about your estimation before you actually say it. Now here is a picture of a group of children, but don't count them, okay? Just simply say a number of how many children you think there are. Once you've done that, then we'll count them together to see if anyone was close to the estimation. Hopefully you didn't count how many children there were, you just simply guessed and gave an estimation. So I estimated that there were 8 children in this picture. So I didn't count them, I just looked at it and said, I think there are 8 children there. So together, let's count to see how many there actually are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there were 9 children in this picture. So I estimated 8, but I checked and there was actually 9. So I was really close. So next time I'm going to look at it more carefully and I'm going to see if I can get even closer. Now we've got some pictures of some moons. Do not count them, just simply guess a number and tell me how many you think there are of the moons. I'm going to estimate that there are 4 moons. So afterwards we're going to check by counting them together. To check the real answer we need to count. So let's count how many moons there are together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there were 6 moons altogether. So I estimated that there were 4, so I simply looked at the picture and guessed, and then when we counted it and checked, there were 6. Did any of you estimate that there were 6? Now I need you to look at this picture and guess how many shells you think there are at the beach. Remember, do not count them, you just need to estimate or guess how many you think there are. So I'm going to look at the picture and I'm going to estimate that there are 9. So I didn't count them, I just looked at it and said a number. Now we need to check to see if my estimation is correct. So we need to count how many shells there are altogether. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I checked and there were 9 shells. So was my estimation correct? It was, so I estimated that there were 9 and I checked to see how many there were by counting, and there was actually 9 altogether. Here we've got a picture of a monkey and his bananas. So by looking at this picture I can tell that there are a lot of bananas. So I'm going to guess a big number. So I would like you to have a look at this picture and simply guess how many bananas you think there are. But do not count them, just simply estimate. When looking at this picture first, I thought that there were a lot of bananas, so I estimated that there were 11 bananas in there. I didn't count them, I just simply said a number, so that was my guess. So now we're going to count how many there are in the picture to see if my estimation was correct, or if I was close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I checked how many bananas there were, and there were 13. So I was nearly close, but I wasn't spot on. So did any of you estimate that there were 13 bananas? Here is an activity I'd like you to try now. So with someone at home, I would like you to get some objects, and I would like you to pick up some objects in your hand. Then I want you to guess or estimate how many you've picked up. Then I would like your partner to count how many objects you've got to see if you are close to your estimation. You can do this as many times as you want, but make sure you're just guessing how many objects you've got in your hand first. Now we're going to look at estimation by comparing 2 groups of objects. So here we've got 2 jars, jar A and jar B. Just by looking at these jars, can you estimate which one has got more, jar A or jar B? Have a think. Do not count how many sweets are in each jar, just simply look at the picture and guess. Has jar A got more or has jar B got more? So when comparing both jars, I had a look and I estimated that jar A had the most in them. So let's count to see how many jar A has in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 sweets in jar A. So let's count to see how many there are in B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 in jar B. So was my estimation right? Did I say jar A or jar B has more in it? I said jar A, but in fact there was more in jar B. So my estimation was wrong. Now looking at these jars, I would like you to estimate which one has more in it, jar A or jar B. I don't want you to count how many there are in there, I just want you to look at the picture and say whether jar A or jar B has more sweets in them. When comparing these jars, I estimated that jar A had more sweets in them. So let's count to see how many there are in jar A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 sweets in jar A. And how many are there in B? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 in jar B. So I estimated that jar A had more sweets in them. So did it? Which number is bigger, 8 or 5? 8 is bigger, so I said jar A had the most in it, and when I checked it, my estimation was right. Did any of you guess that jar A had the most in it? Now I would like you to try and do this by yourself. So I would like you to compare both jars and estimate which one has more in it, jar A or jar B. Remember, you do not count how many sweets are in each jar, you just look at the picture and simply estimate which one you think has most. So do you think jar A has the most or jar B? Here are some extra home learning and challenges that you can do linked to estimation and comparing. If you do any of these activities, don't forget to take pictures or videos and upload it onto Class Dojo and onto Tapestry. I cannot wait to see how you've got on in today's lesson. Don't forget to upload your work onto Class Dojo or onto Tapestry. I cannot wait to see how hard you've been working in our maths lessons. Remember, I give out Class Dojo points for those who upload their work every single day.